Ready? Start. National Textile Corporation Limited, for short NTC, is a public sector undertaking constituted and registered under the Companies Act, 1956, full stop. Appellant number 2 before us is the National Textile Corporation, Uttar Pradesh Limited, Kanpur, a subsidiary of Appellant number 2 that has set up several industrial establishments in the state of Uttar Pradesh, full stop. Messrs. New Victoria Mills, Appellant number 1, is one such establishment set up by Appellant number 2 in Kanpur, full stop. Respondent was working as a supervisor maintenance in Appellant number 1 since 1991, having been so appointed on transfer from Messrs. Atherton Mills, another industrial unit set up by Appellant number 2, full stop, para. The textile industry went through difficult times at the turn of the century, and accordingly, endeavours were made to examine the feasibility of the continued existence of different textile mills, full stop. A question mark over the existence of these mills in turn had ramifications for the persons who were employed with these mills, full stop. In order to safeguard the interests of these employees, a modified voluntary retirement scheme was propounded by Appellant number 3 to facilitate the voluntary retirement of employees and workers of Appellant number 1 and certain other mills operated by Appellant number 2, full stop. It is of significance to note that this modified voluntary retirement scheme was proposed pursuant to the recommendations made by the Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction, for short BIFR, with the objective of rationalising surplus manpower and reducing the losses of Appellant number 2, full stop, para. BIFR had come into the picture as the production activities of Appellant number 2 were brought to a standstill, and it had been declared a sick undertaking under the Sick Industrial Companies Special Provisions Act 1985, full stop. The financial condition of Appellant number 2 was so precarious that BIFR recommended closure of 9 out of 11 mills of Appellant number 2, including Appellant number 1, full stop. While making this recommendation, in order to secure the interests of the employees, BIFR imposed a condition that the mills would only be closed if all employees working therein were given the benefit of a voluntary retirement scheme, full stop, para. Thus, MVRS came to be promulgated in supersession of the earlier revised voluntary retirement scheme, full stop, para. An eligible employee may submit an application in the prescribed form for voluntary retirement under the scheme by tendering resignation from the post held and service in NTC to the competent authority, full stop. The post falling vacant as a result of an employee's voluntary retirement under the scheme shall in all cases stand abolished simultaneously while accepting resignation and order to that effect issued simultaneously before disbursing retirement benefits to employees under this scheme, and no person shall be engaged in his/her place